my fragrance friends, it's Kat and I'm back today to talk about fragrances that I have repurchased multiple times. Now, in the past, there's probably some fragrances that I have repurchased a few times, but I don't currently have them. So for whatever reason, I don't feel the need to have them in my collection at all times. But these ones are still around, and some of these I've been using for, there's one of them that, maybe two of them that have been going for nearly 20 years. So that tells you, even though my preferences have changed over that time, I just really like these ones. I'm actually going to start with the oldest one, the one that I had in high school. And I believe that this is probably around my fourth bottle. Now, this is just an itty bitty baby. It's just a baby. It's Britney Spears Midnight Fantasy. Firstly, that blue purple color, which looks really dark here, but up to the light, I'll have like insert if you haven't seen it. That's my favorite color. I love cobalt blue and that sort of really beautiful like indigo blue. I think it's like just makes my brain happy. So not only do I like the bottle, but I really like the scent of this. I've gone through at least two big 100ml bottles. The problem with this, and the reason why I've gone for a smaller one this time, is by the time you get like halfway down the bottle, I find that the mechanism sticks and it becomes hard to pump. But this, like my partner who I've been with now for 15 years, this was his favorite fragrance on me. He said I'd smell like Skittles. I love it. It's very nostalgic, but it's also like good. It's still good. It still holds up today. If I was closing my eyes and you sprayed on me and I wasn't familiar with the scent, because I am very familiar with it, I would believe that this is possibly a niche scent. It also lasts really well. The notes of this, we've got plum, sour cherry, and raspberry in the top notes, orchid, iris, and freesia in the mid notes, and vanilla, musk, and amber in the base notes. I think this is definitely very sweet fruity. If I had to say it was something like fruity would be the main thing. I never even really looked up the notes previously. I definitely get purpley fruits from it. So it's not like I don't get strong raspberry. I thought there was like some black currant or something in it. It gives you that sort of vibe, like that curranty vibe, but it's probably just the cherry and the plum combination. But yes, super strong, super fruity, super sweet. I still really like it. So yeah, I bought one not that long ago on sale and I was just like, my collection feels happier knowing that I've got it, but it's probably my fourth bottle. First time getting a small one. Okay, this next one I haven't had in my collection for quite 20 years, whereas this is over 20 years for sure. This one I think I remember I wore it to work the first time and I was working in a hospital. So I would have been around, it was probably about 15 years ago. So I was probably 24. I remember the first time I wore it, a patient complimented me on smelling nice, and it is DKNY Fresh Blossom. Again, this is at least my fourth bottle, maybe my fifth. I have had the original green version a couple of times, and I have had other flankers from the range, but this is the one that I keep going back to. This is like my favorite floral. It does give you that vibe of blossom. It's not like a strong white floral or a yellow floral. It gives you like almost like a cherry blossom sort of scent. And I just love this. This is so easy to wear, so fresh. This is like comes out sort of spring for me. It's like the perfect spring scent. This has that same sort of light, fresh floral vibe as something like Marc Jacobs Daisy or the sort of signature Chloe scent. I think I actually bought those around the time of getting this, but this is the one that I've repurchased multiple times. Those I used up and moved on from. This is the one that I keep repurchasing. This next one, you can technically say I've had 3 bottles, not quite. This is Juliette Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. Now, I only really discovered this, I want to say around 2 years ago. I got a 10ml version, a travel size. I used it up, so then I bought the 100ml. Since then, I also got another 10ml and I used that up, so it became my handbag scent. Now, this one is very different to those. So those are very, very sweet. This one is very, on me, very musky and very clean. It's almost like clean laundry, clean body. Now, this is a molecular fragrance, so it's only got molecular notes, which some people can't smell. Some people might get headaches from. The superdose version of this, so the stronger version, gives me an absolute splitting headache. So I could only take like Ambroxan probably in a certain dosage, and I love this. Now, I think the reason why I used this so much a couple of years ago was I had just had my second baby. I think a lot of fragrance, you want to wear something. I always like to wear something every day. I see fragrance as being like clean underpants. You put clean underpants on and you put fragrance on. But I didn't want something that was like too dominating, too projecting. Whereas this is a really beautiful skin scent. Sits quite close to you. It makes you smell really good. If someone goes in for a hug or like a cuddle, you smell really cozy and just clean, but it's not overwhelming. So this became my daily scent, especially when I had a little one. Since then, I've sort of branched out and I'm rediscovering sort of fun, sort of stronger scents, but I still come back to this one if I can't like decide on what I want to wear, but I want to smell like something. This one comes out. This is just, it's just like clean body, beautiful, musky scent. I love it. So this one, I haven't used up full bottles, but I have used up the 10 ml version. So that is technically something I have repurchased a few times. The last two are my all-time favorites. I'm going to talk about this. This is discontinued, so I feel bad talking about it, but this is my 5th bottle of this. And I have, I think, 2 bottles stashed away. And then they're the big ones as well. These aren't even the 100 mils. These might be 120 mils or something. These are really huge. So this water bottle type thing is CK2 by Calvin Klein. I love this so much. This was my daily scent. This was my signature scent. I used to wear it and it would like, people would be like, oh, Kat's arrived, because you can smell the fragrance. This to me just smells like water. It's the most aquatic scent. There's a bit of spice when you get into it. It's got wasabi notes in it, but otherwise it settles down to smell to me like a creek or something, just like water over rocks. It's just delightful. This is so fresh, and if you get headaches from fragrances, this is like the perfect fragrance. It just makes you feel like clean and fresh and happy, and I loved it. And it does project. For some reason, this lasts really well and projects. For something that is very, very sort of aquatic, like wet smelling, I would walk into my office. This is back when I was working in an office, and I would get someone from the other sort of office next to me go, oh, you smell so nice. And it was, yeah, this. So I love this. I just don't talk about it enough because it has been discontinued, which is an absolute shame. But if you like watery notes and you can get your hands on this, yeah, as soon as I found out it was discontinued, I went around and bought it from like clearance places, really cheap, and no regrets because I'm obsessed. So yeah, this is, I think, my 5th bottle, but I've got 2 others in my cupboard. So yeah, it's a thing. It's my most purchased fragrance. Okay, this one doesn't beat that in terms of how many times I've purchased it, but I can't live without this, and this is my 4th bottle. This is Tokyo Milk Dark, Everything and Nothing, and this to me, I think sums up just what I want in a fragrance. Like, yes, I want gourmands sometimes, and yes, I occasionally want florals, and yes, I occasionally want a molecular fragrance, but this, if I had to like pick one scent profile to wear every single day, it'd probably be this. This to me, I'm going to smell like such a mishmash of fragrances. This is the most perfect blend of everything it says on here, which is sweet orange, pressed petals, desert moss, and tea leaves. So you get this beautiful, sweet, like just juiced orange. So it doesn't smell like rind or sour. It smells very sweet. You get some petals, but it doesn't smell distinctly of any particular flower. It just has like a fresh petal vibe to it. Then it has the desert moss, which brings in this earthy greenness, and the tea, which brings in, again, this sort of really nicely balanced earthiness. So it's got this beautiful mix of citrus, sweet, but earthy, and it is, I can't be without this. I thought this was discontinued once. I did buy a backup bottle. When I found out that it was back, it was just, I think, low in stock everywhere. I end up using those up. This is a small bottle. I think it's 50 mils, 47.3 mils. So these are pretty small. I can go through them pretty quickly. But yeah, this is my 5th bottle. I think it's my 5th bottle. And I'm going to forever be buying this. I know that Tokyo Milk do discontinue fragrances that aren't performing well. But I hope they never discontinue this one, because I will cry. I would actually shed a tear. So those are my 5 most repurchased fragrances. The ones that, even if I'm without them for like a year or 2, chances are if I see it, especially on sale, I'm like, oh, come on back here, friend. I've missed you. Also, things like this one, I've recommended to multiple people. They've bought it and loved it. This is not highly rated on Fragrantica by any means, but people must be still using it because it's still around and it's super cheap. Anyway, whatever. I've been talking about it. I love them. So I'd love to know, what are your most repurchased fragrances and how long have you been repurchasing them for? I'm turning 39 this year, and I think I had this one when I was probably about 16 or 17. So over 20 years I've been using this, which is a long time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.